back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. As always, this video is sponsored by Standard Clothing Store. I'm going to leave the link below. You can go check them out. They just concluded National Tree Planting Day that I was not in support of. Taught me a valuable lesson. I was fortunate enough to be in the village on that day, and I was not in support of that because I never thought it would bring any results. So I just left. I thought it was a nice weekend, a long weekend to be away, but I learned a very important lesson from that, and reminded me of a quote that I learned or I heard of many years ago. It says that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the next best time is now. So ladies and gentlemen, the time is now. And not just to plant trees, but to do a lot more with your life, with yourself. So back to my story. So I left. I was in the village, the countryside, for the weekend, and before you even thought of planting trees, what happens in the village? Everyone has a few seedlings somewhere, so you don't need to go even fetch them. They always somewhere, or at least our village. And before then, because I mentioned the holiday that was there, I was shown some of the trees I personally planted. When I was growing up, I was really into trees 7-10 years ago, most of them 10 years ago. And guys, most of them have, some of them have already been cut down for timber and wood, firewood and stuff. But I would see the size of a 10-year-old tree and thought to myself, wow, you know, I just didn't disappear. And because they were not mine per se, I was just planting it because it was something I was enjoying, like rearing seedlings. Is it called rearing or whatever they call it? Seedlings to a certain stage, and then when the rains come, you plant them, the main rains, and you see them grow, you nurture them, and it was awesome for me. I would go there every now and then, and I saw the difference in the environment where those trees, where we planted those trees. The difference in the area, the calm weather, the nice winds. There's so much that comes with a good tree. But it reminded me of that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the next best time is now. It gave me a reason to go back to planting trees. But also, it gave me a regret that if I planted more trees back then, 10 years ago, I would be a millionaire today. Because I asked how much it costs today for such a tree that I planted 10 years ago. And I was told it's quite costly. Some of them go for as much as 10,000 shillings, depending on the type of tree. The fast growing ones are quite large today, and they can fetch you up to 10,000 shillings. But most of them are around 5K. And I was thinking, if one tree is worth 5,000 10 years later, if I had 100, that's 500,000. If I planted 1 million, not even 1 million, 1,000 of them, that's 5 million bob. Well, I was not there for those 10 years. I just planted them. So if you're here and you have some idle land somewhere that you'll not be using for the next 3 years, 4 years, 5, 10, 15, 20, you have no plants to use, I recommend, even though the tree planting day is over, this is a continuous process. Plan and go plant some trees. Imagine getting 10,000 shillings from a seedling worth 5 shillings. I know there are many other factors in between, but I don't think there's anywhere else you can get that kind of value. From 15,000 shillings, 15 shillings, 20 shillings, that's the cost of a seedling in our country today. 50 at most, 50 shillings. And you can even decide to plant the fruit trees so that you benefit as you keep them, including mango trees. Have you seen furniture made of mango? Wonderful, good quality, and last forever. And the same is to the rest of the trees. So even before I go to other things, you need to borrow this philosophy And do remember to plant a tree or 2 or 5 or 10. The more land you have, they say in the Bible, I have not read the Bible much, but to whose more is given, more is expected. So if you have more land, you plant more. If you have less, you push yourself and do as much as you can. But that's not the only thing, that this is the best time to start. You see that business you've been putting aside and wondering when you're going to start, and letting fear take over your opportunity, the time is now. It would have been a great idea if you started that business 10 years ago or 5 years ago. But the next time, best time to start that business is now. Yes. Yes. And the business is not the only thing. It could be that instrument you've been wanting to learn how to play. The time to start is now. It could be that gift you have and you've been wanting to make good use of it. Maybe it's running. Maybe it's singing. Maybe it's rapping. Whatever it is. Maybe it's, what else do we do? Whatever else we do. Cycling. Do you know we have so many people who don't know how to cycle? Seriously, guys. Imagine you're watching this video and you don't know how to cycle. Or you've not cycled for how many, the last 5 years, 3 years. Maybe it's time to start that. You become very fit. Maybe you want to get fit. You want to lose weight. The time to start is now. Not next week. Not next month. Not next year. The time is now. Start checking your diet. Check what you feed yourself. What you take in. Then start lifting weights. There's a lot you can do in your house without weights. Without the gym. There's a lot. Go on YouTube and look for that. You're already watching this on YouTube. After this, check the many things you can do to remain fit. There's a lot you can do. And the best time to start is when? Say it with me. Now. So do not wait. Start now. Maybe you've been wanting to start a family. The time is now. I don't know what everyone thinks about family and stuff, but at least I'm here to encourage you. In 10 years' time, people will give testimonials, will share success stories of trees they planted on this National Tree Planting Day of 2023. The question is, will you? The 11th of November 2023, a lot of people will say, I have these 1,000 trees, I have these 100 trees that I planted on the 11th of November 2023. Will you? And not just the physical trees, even when it comes to other trees. Businesses, careers, all right? Ideas. Make a good use of their talents. Getting fit, someone will say, started working out on the 11th of November 2023. So make sure you also have such a story in 10 years. Because I don't want you to go through the worst pain ever. It's called the pain of regret. And having watched this video, if you don't do it, you will have that. So at least use this video to take action. My simple message as I end this video is that you should take action. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next one. And go take action. Now, not tomorrow. Yes, right now. 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 Go.